So the next speaker we will have is Srimati Prabha Duneja from Geeta Society, California. She will be presenting on Ashtanga Yoga as per Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Prabhaji will take us through the journey of this 8-limbed yoga with theory and a small practice. Please help me welcome Srimati Prabha Duneja.
Namaste. My dear brothers and sisters, yogis and yogins, I'm really honored to be a part of this great celebration today and share my understanding of Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga. Everybody can hear me? The word yoga has been derived from the root Sanskrit word yuj, meaning to combine or join together the mind, body and spirit in order to have a union, communion and communication with the higher self, with the inner self, the soul, the God. It's the unity of the conditioned self with the pure, luminous higher self. It is the communion of the human soul with the Supreme Soul. Yogic discipline is a systematic practice of exploring the inner dimensions of our personality and eventually being introduced to our own self with other people in society and with nature. The yogi's life is gracious, glorious, and becomes an example for others. That's why throughout the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna keeps emphasizing Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu yog yukto bhava Arjuna. O Arjuna, be a yogi to achieve the very best in life. The yogic discipline, as we know today, was written by the great sage Patanjali in his Patanjali Yoga Sutra, which describes 195 sutras divided into 4 sections. The first part deals with the theory of yoga. What is yoga? Second, with the art of initiation into practice. The third describes the methods of comprehending the inner powers. And the fourth describes the unity in calmness and peace, going into the unified field of consciousness. This expanded form of Yoga Sutra was further simplified as Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga, means 8-limbed framework meant to initiate the individual into physical fitness, disciplined lifestyle, which gradually leads to the heightened awareness, spiritual enlightenment, and liberation of mind and body, of course, as we were listening. It's not just that we get liberation after death. It has to be during lifetime. The 8 limbs of yogic discipline are yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyan, and samadhi. And each one of these hold a very important role, and it leads to the next, like step by step. We cannot just jump to meditation. Okay, I will go to the retreat and on my way back I am going to be total meditation. It doesn't work that way. We have to start step by step. And that's what these are. So yama, what is yama? It's the collective name for universal moral commandments like Satya, truthfulness, Ahimsa, non-violence, brahmacharya, continence, asteya, non-stealing, aprigraha, non-accumulating. And these are the Mahavratas. These are the Mahavratas, those we adopt in our lifestyle, those slowly lead us to inner peace and yogic unity in transcendence. Niyamas are the second one. Niyamas are the rules, the spiritual practices for inner growth and for the purification of mind and body, such as shaucha, internal and external cleanliness, santosha, contentment, tapas, austerities. Everything is purified through austerities. It's very important. Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya is the self-study, which is very important. It's very important to give 5 minutes, 10 minutes every day. Who I am, why I am here, where I went wrong, how can I improve the quality of life? And in silence, we get the answer. And that leads to yogic unity in transcendence. And after that is Ishwar Pranidhana, that is surrender to the will of God. That's what whole Bhagavad Gita is. Towards the end, Arjuna finds out it's the will of God that prevails at the heart of entire creation. Keep making effort. Stay aligned with the source. You will get guidance. So anybody who is disciplined about all that, his lifestyle becomes very synchronized, and for him, meditative unity comes very easy. Next limb of Ashtanga Yoga is asana, the physical exercises, which is a very, very important part of the sacred science. Some people just think that yoga practice is only a bunch of exercises with music, jumping here and there. That's not it. That's only a small fraction of the total yogic framework, which is meant to achieve alignment of mind and body. Yogic exercises are, of course, very helpful for the proper functioning of nervous system and concentration and good health. And that eventually leads to meditative unity. Also, there are some mudras, the fixed positions, where we lock the energy at a certain point and then release as needed. That also gives a lot of concentration and it gives a lot of inner strength to the body. Then the next one is pranayama, very, very important. Pranayama is a combination of two words. Prana, the life force, and ayama means conscious control of breath. It is a rhythmic art of puraka, inhalation, kumbhaka, retention, rechaka, exhalation. And practice of pranayama, I felt, you plays a very, very significant role in meditative unity, in our day-to-day life, because there is a very subtle relationship between prana and our mind. So in order to be peaceful in our day-to-day activity, really it's very, very important to practice pranayama. It's an evolutionary, rejuvenating process. The other important aspect of Ashtanga Yoga, which is generally ignored, and that is pratyahara. Pratyahara means conscious withdrawal from the enjoyment of the senses, which is very, very difficult. I am not telling each one of you to leave your families and go on the mountain top and just you can be a yogi wherever you are. We have to have a conscious control where I am, what I am watching, what TV program, what kind of people I am associating with. Because everything influences our alignment. Like it's developing a conscious control over the activities of mind and body. For example, the organs of perception, such as hearing, sight, touch, taste, smell, these are the windows to the body. The messages are conveyed through the senses. Mind interprets the data, stores it, and then feeds it back to the body. So with new and old information. So in order to achieve inner peace, stability of mind, yogic unity in meditation, and overall progress in spiritual life. I told you, practice of pratyahara plays a very, very important role. My lifestyle, what kind of lifestyle I have. The next comes dhara, which means one-pointed concentration with faith and determination. There are many techniques on the path of yogic unity for dharana. Concentration on the sound, the primordial sound. I have a CD also. It's a concentration on the sound is very, very powerful method of concentrating the mind, being contemplative and meditative. Then concentration on some external and internal object is also a very powerful method. But more than that, which I have practiced more, is the practice of mantra. Mantra is a powerful tool, I tell you. Persistent repetition of mantra integrates the flow of thoughts and initiates the mind to be receptive to the silent God of divine. I will explain more. Actually, I brought some books, those are announced here. My first book was Mantra and Modern Man, and I have recorded many CDs also, talks on the power of mantra. Life is incomplete without your own personal mantra. It's very, very important. The next step is dhyana, or meditation, which leads to samadhi. Means unity with the pure, luminous self in transcendence. It is being, becoming, and bliss. Meditation. The most familiar word associated with yoga, quite familiar to the modern generation, is still a mystery. Sometimes people wonder what meditation is and how can this strange practice of being silent within ourselves can be so valuable. Meditation literally means to attend to the thoughts. It comes from two words, medi, just like medical, Medicare, all those things, which means to attend. Attention is intention and attention. But whom we are trying to attend? To ourselves. It's very important to attend to ourselves every day, to improve the quality of life, improve the quality of our relationship with other people, and our eventual goal, silence in transcendence. There are many stages in meditation. Those lead slowly from the subjective awareness to higher awareness. And those are like unity consciousness, cosmic consciousness, transcendental consciousness. Each level of consciousness has its own style and capacity of comprehending the inherent powers. And as the aspirant moves from the consciousness, conditioned consciousness, we live in conditioned consciousness, into the mystery of super consciousness, each step provides basis for spontaneous awakening at the next. It is to be introduced to the various masks of the conditioned self as well as to the purity of the luminous self. Regular meditation provides deep psychological and physiological relaxation, heightened awareness, systematic orderly thinking. It improves our intellectual abilities, memory comprehension, emotional and physical coordination, and our relationship with other people. And also, regular meditation. With regular meditation, we can access the software of the soul, which is our subtle body, and which helps us to download the information from the previous lives or this life, and just be aware of our dormant energies. In silence, we are introduced to the secret codes of our programmed life. Each one of us live a very programmed life. If you watch yourself, each moment is programmed. So it allows us to be a witness of that. It allows us to learn more about ourselves, become alert about the activities of mind and the way we evolve with other people. Self-observation in meditation helps to renounce the addictive habits. I know somebody, I had been telling them to stop smoking. He had been smoking for 40 years. Every time he visited our home, and he would say, well, I'm going for 5 minutes, and I knew what he was going to do. He has to smoke outside. I kept convincing him, meditate, and it's gone. He's not smoking anymore. So, because in silence we watch ourselves, there is no ego, and we can convince ourselves what exactly is good for me. And also compulsive behavior and many stubborn age-old conditioned habits simply disappear due to the psychological transformation that occurs in the silence of meditation. Disciplined practice of yoga and meditation strengthens the immune system, promotes the healing ability, and definite decrease in the use of prescription and non-prescription drugs because of the total body synchronicity achieved in regular meditation. Perfect health is indeed an expression of the body's ability to function in total alignment with the wisdom of the soul. Modern medical science agrees to the fact that most of the physical ailments originate primarily from the emotional stress caused by anxieties, worries, resentment of the past, and many depressed memories of the past. The cure for these psychosomatic suffering is within the reach of every individual. Believe me, this is my personal experience. Only if we learn to follow the bliss. Follow the bliss. Listen to yourself. The great teacher is within you. We live under the false impression that healing is in the hands of only doctors and therapists. We often forget our own healing ability, which comes from the wisdom of our own body. It's a fact that sustained healing takes place with the proper guidance of the doctor, of course, and with our own inner healer. And you can access that healer in meditation, in yoga. According to the modern medical studies, this is on average, in waking consciousness, the brain waves of a person when measured in EEG are most commonly in beta frequency. The pattern is very random and incoherent. The parts of the brain showing different wavelengths. One person, it used to be, if you watch yourself, there are many, just like, I have done a lot of recording. I know how many tracks are falling into one thing. The same thing with us. When we sit, many tracks are falling. So this is journally, this is a journal, everyday things. You are driving. Too many other things are coming. Oh my God, this is a chaos thing. But in meditation, as the person moves into the deeper layers of consciousness, I tell you the pattern starts changing. It's a fact. The brain waves are more coherent, orderly, and normally in alpha frequency. Quite characteristic of relaxation, peace, and harmony. And in some cases, even the theta waves have been noticed, indicating a deeper calmness beyond alpha, and the pattern is very synchronous. It has been also noticed that usually advanced meditators are able to maintain the resonance of inner unity, which is cultivated in daily meditation while engaged into the activities of daily life. There is a serene calmness prevails all around them. They pass by you and say, oh my God, how calm, how peaceful. They know how to carry that. There is a calmness in their conversation. And in general, meditators are able to lock the resonant field of brain with the resonant field of heart to create total body coherence, total body alignment, total body synchronicity of mind, body and spirit. When every cell in body becomes tuned, that's a joy. Experience it. When you accelerate in the joy of inner alignment, every cell in body becomes tuned to the sound of primordial nada and the guidance of the higher self and the silent God of the divine. Who I am, why I am here, what can I contribute to this world? Now coming to the meditation techniques. As I explained earlier, yoga and meditation are not separate. Regular practice of yoga gradually leads to yogic unity in transcendence. According to Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga, the recommended posture for meditation requires, of course, the proper alliance of lower back, neck and shoulder. This is the vertical alignment. And why this is important? Because when this alignment comes, there is an uninterrupted flow of awareness from the bottom of the spine. And it goes like this. That's the Shakti. And the Shakti always moves in a violent way. It's a great joy to watch that. And most of the techniques used by yogis, saints and seers, they follow the similar guidelines, such as tuning the mind to the rhythms of the breath as it moves in and out, and simply witnessing the thoughts as they go by. And as the breathing becomes relaxed, a specific silence is perceived between the thoughts, and the meditator enters into unity with the breath. When you feel that this is the thought, you become a witness of that, and that's where the real meditation starts. Be a witness. And then some people use, as I said, mantra, which is my favorite thing. I have gotten so much. A new life came to me when I was initiated several years ago. Mantra is a great tool for meditation. I initiated hundreds of people when I was in Parliament of World's Religion in Australia. I mentioned about this in my meditation session, and people followed me in the lobby, and it was really, I took the malas, and because I feel so good, God, you have given me something I can share with other people. Something which has given me so much. Word mantra is a combination of two words, mana and tra. Mana means mind, and tra means which liberates the mind from the conditioned thinking. And when we start meditation with mantra, slowly we observe our thoughts passing by, leaving some trails behind. At the beginning of meditation, we watch our thoughts. Then we begin to watch ourselves, repeating the mantra. Slowly, as the mind settles and our breathing becomes shallow and slow, we feel instead of us repeating the mantra, that's where the real joy comes. Instead of me repeating the mantra, I'm only listening to the mantra. And as we move in the deeper realms of consciousness, the syllables of mantra start disappearing, leaving behind a mesmeric experience, which leads the mind into total silence. Silence of the self. You feel so good about yourself. And meditation with the primordial sound of Om has been also highly glorified. Om is the mystic syllable which we call Brahmanada, which was heard by the Vedic sages in the beginning of creation with unity in transcendence. So in the beginning, you just listen to the sound, and as the melody moves in the deeper layer within the consciousness, the beat of our heart and the sound of Om, they start merging with each other. gradually, as the mind joins the sound, the mind away from all the other activities, just joins the sound and accelerates in spiritual ecstasy. A specific silence is perceived between the two successive syllables. Slowly, we become unaware of the sound and unaware of the breath and gently enter into the unified field of consciousness. Although in the beginning, the unity with the source is for a very short time, but as the meditation period becomes more relaxed and the silence extends longer and longer, and the meditation period becomes long, effortless, and very enjoyable. This reminds me some beautiful lines by Tagore. He says, "Open the inner door of the shrine, light the candle. Let's meet there in silence." Thank you. They are showing me how many more minutes I have. Nothing? Okay, yeah, if anybody has any question, I'm going to be around here for a while. And by the way, this is, I don't want to say I wrote the books. These books have been written. My co-author is God himself, Lord Krishna himself. He wrote all the books, and some of these books, my first book was Mantra and the Modern Man, and the second book, which is being used as a text in the colleges, is the world religion classes, is Legacy of Yoga in Bhagavad Gita. Because yoga in Bhagavad Gita is little beyond that. Learning to live in the awareness of the self and get guidance into the activities of daily life. That is what Tasmat Sarveshu Kadeshu Yoga. That's the legacy of yoga. And after that I wrote another book, Bhagavad Gita, the Gospel of Timeless Wisdom. This book was released in HEMC 2 weeks ago, that big conference which was there. And it has a chapter actually about which I spoke, Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga and Chakra meditation. It's a very good book. It's like an encyclopedia of Hinduism. And I just donated 18 books to Yoga Bharati, and it's available downstairs. They are selling many of my CDs also. So make it small donation to them. They have put a lot of efforts together, and it will help. Otherwise also, I don't keep a penny of these books. Everything goes to Geeta Society, and we are supporting 3 orphanages, 1 handicapped school and 1 blind school in India, and part of it goes for publication. The books are available on my website, which is holygeeta.com. If anybody wants any of those, but just buy today and give them some money. Anybody has any question? I don't have much time.
Thank you so much. Please do go to the East-West bookstore downstairs. I'm sure many of the books are being sold. Please support all these writers. So go check out the bookstores and Yoga Bharati bookstore as well.
So next we have lunch, which is sponsored by the menu in the silver screen. And we also have post-conference workshops from the 11th to the 16th. And it's for medical professionals.